Give me morally gray characters, deadly secrets, and a murder. And this YA mystery thriller with elements of horror will have you questioning the truths of everyone. Are you ready?
Yeah, 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 yeah. The Books and Vogue podcast. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come get your favorite next book. Yeah, 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 yeah. The Books and Vogue podcast. Yeah, 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 yeah. With Catherine Brad.
Welcome, book lovers, to the Books on Vogue podcast. This is your premier listening experience, all about immersive reading and helping avid and reluctant readers alike imagine book characters like never before. I'm your host, Kat Trinidad. The format of the show is I introduce a book, share tips on how you can engage your senses as you read this title, because it's one thing to be a mood reader, but you get a little something extra from the story when you are set the mood reader. And finally, I will end the show with a reimagining of my favorite scene. Today, we will discuss techniques for getting into through our teeth with none other than the author, Pamela N. Harris. Welcome, Pamela.
Hi, Kat. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Please.
having me. I'm so excited.
Same. So please tell us about the book.
Okay, so Through Our Teeth is about this group of three former friends who reunite to figure out what happened the night their best friend died. But as they get closer to the truth, some of their own secrets start to be revealed, and soon they find themselves pointing the fingers at each other.
Okay. Okay. Nothing like a good whodunit.
That's right.
So, do you care to join me in a discussion of some tips for setting a reading mood?
Yeah, you know what? I really love this because I'm also a counselor and I train counselors. And what we do is we practice a lot of mindfulness. And this is just kind of like similar to what we do with our clients and students. So I'm all about it.
Okay, same, same, same. Well, book lovers, I hope you have your writing utensils ready because class is in session.
Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Ah. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it. Ah. Hear it, see it, smell it, sense it, taste it, touch it.
The Books and Vogue podcast.
So, Pamela, what's the vibe? How can we engage our spirit as we read this book?
It's definitely, I would say, very moody, very kind of edge of your seat, suspense. Who do I trust? Who do I believe? So just kind of like this moodiness, but with a little bit of intrigue, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay, okay. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who to trust. Very suspicious, superstition going
Suspicious.
on. Yeah.
Yes, love
Like
it.
what comes to mind is that someone watching me song.
Oh my God, that's a good one, actually. I love that. Yes, you took it back to the old school.
Which is a good segue into my next question. What is the sound of Through Our Teeth? What key notes in music or nature could set the tone as we read this book?
I love this. Okay, so what I imagine first is kind of like the sound of a crackling fire and water waves because it initially starts on a beach at a bonfire. And then it kind of evolves into the sound of rain, thunder, pitter patter on window panes, because then there's like this huge storm that everyone is hearing outside of a house. And I think when it comes to music, aside from what you just said, which is brilliant, I'm probably, whenever I try to like, like seek help, like, well, what kind of song should I play on, Instagram or so to promote this? A common song that keeps coming up as a suggestion is Billie Eilish's "Bury a Friend," and which I could kind of get because they did in fact bury a friend, and there's like something very moody and vibey about that song. So yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards.
Okay, okay. So do share the aesthetics. This can be any visuals aside from the book, such as lighting.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. And this was actually difficult when writing because for a large majority of the movie, there is no power. So, like, the aesthetic is like we're seeing everything pretty much through the lighting from a cell phone, like a flashlight. So, aside from like the crackling of like lightning, is very dark, very kind of like, is my eyes playing tricks on me? I'm only seeing things through this small lens of whatever the light ahead of me can see. So everything is very dark, dark, dark.
Oh, that's giving me chills.
Yeah.
And for the listeners out there, if you never read a book as an adult, not from, childhood where you sneaking up to stay reading, but as an adult, through like a little light, like one of those neck lights, a cell phone light, or just a little flashlight, it is like one of the creepiest things to do.
Yes, yeah. Oh
Like,
my gosh, I will recommend do that with this book. Like get a little pillow or blanket for it. Just have like your little night light and just kind of read it that way. It will truly set the mood.
oh yes. Yes. So, what's the flavor? Any food or drink companions for this title?
Oh, I would say so. This book primarily takes place on the night of Halloween. So automatically, I'm thinking of like fall flavors, which is actually like my favorite time of the year now. So I'm thinking of Halloween candy. I'm thinking of like apple cider. Of course, like the pumpkin spices. So something that's very kind of like that gets you in the Halloween slash fall spirit, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the aroma? Are there any smells to transport us into the pages?
That's a good one too. Definitely, definitely firewood. Like I said, like and definitely like something dealing with sand and sea and river because actually the beach is actually set on a river because they're not really at a big beach town. So definitely sense from that. I think that's both primarily, rubber, I will say, because of the fact that there's a lot of individuals that are wearing masks. And so and they're kind of doing things in a way where they're engaging and communicating a lot through those masks. And so in envisioning it, I could only kind of smell what they were smelling as they were talking underneath those masks. So I will probably lean towards that too.
Okay, okay. So, how can we get more of the feels? How can we engage our sense of touch?
Oh, like I said, definitely that pillow fort. Definitely like, get yourself cozy and some flannel, some fuzzy socks. Kind of just have like a warm blanket wrapped around you because I think that you can expect a lot of thrills and chills.
Okay, okay. Well, there you go, book lovers. These are your recommended supplies as you read this title. If you're able, pause and get some of these if available, or simply imagine, because it's time for my favorite scene. Disclaimer, please note the exact words, names, locations, and/or scenarios mentioned in its reimagined reenactment may differ from the actual book. Sharing my favorite scenes, I reenacted though, imagining the fiction world that I've been reading of. Going from all the things, I just gave you a list. Come experience all the senses as protagonists. And it don't get more real than this. Immersive read with books on both and live vicariously. Someone's in the House, starring Pamela N. Harris as Liv and the narrator, and Kat Trinidad as Brendan.
I shake the water off my hands and search for a napkin or a towel, but of course, don't find either. Cursing under my breath, I lift my shirt and pat my face with the inside of it.
Psst, Liv.
Someone hisses. I gasp, and my shirt falls from my face. Brendan stares in the doorway of the bathroom, staring at me with his eyes as large as basketballs. Jesus, B, what the f? Brendan holds up a finger up to his mouth and hushes me, and that simple act sends a chill right down my spine.
Shh, if you don't be quiet, someone's here.
He mouths.
Now come on.
He reaches for my hand. My hands aren't dry, I say automatically, because what the hell else are you supposed to say when you're in impending danger? The imminent doom must not have reached my nervous system yet.
Your what? Your hands? Come on, I got you.
Brendan just snatches my hand and pulls me out of the bathroom, guiding me through the adjoining spare room and toward the main rec room area. We pause at the threshold.
Hey, does that lead outside?
He whispers to me, pointing toward a sliding glass door. I blink at the door, trying to remember where my car is parked from this location of the house. What did Brendan hear exactly? Was it actually something, or is the spiked drink getting to him? Did I give him too much?
Dang it, Liv, pay attention. There.
Brendan hisses again, shaking my hand.
Will that take us back to your car? We gotta go.
I shake my head a few times, jostling myself to the present. Yeah, I say finally. It's a covered patio, but if we go over a hill, it will lead us back around to the main entrance. Brendan, what's going on? He doesn't answer me, just makes a beeline toward the glass door. As he yanks the handle to slide it open, a tall, masked figure appears and fills the doorway, blocking us in. My heart sputters before leaping up to my throat. No, no, no. Before I can say anything, Brendan lifts a fist and clops the figure on the side of the head. I squeak and cover my mouth with both hands as the figure tumbles to the ground. Brendan doesn't hesitate to grab my hand again and pull me in the opposite direction, his heroism on autopilot.
Okay, that way is compromised. Let's get to the stairs,
He says, dragging me behind him. Everything's so quick, so frantic. I barely have time to catch my breath. Brendan, I say as we propel toward the stairs. Brendan, wait! I stop in my tracks and yank my hand away from him, clutch it against my chest to help myself breathe, to help myself think. Brendan turns to look at me, confusion clouding his face.
We don't have time. What are you doing?
I just need to... Something moves behind Brendan, something shadowy. I blink once, twice, and another masked figure comes into shape. They creep from behind the stairs, wearing oversized coveralls and a Donald Trump mask tilted awkwardly over their head. Trump places a gloved finger against their plastic lips, and every hair on my body stands in attention. Brendan! I cry out. Brendan whips around just as Trump presses a stun gun right against Brendan's ribcage. Brendan convulses as the gun buzzes against him, then tumbles, his forehead knocking against the banister with a sickening crack before he hits the floor.
Book lovers, if you have enjoyed the sneak peek, you can get more by reading the whole book through our Teep by Pamela N. Harris. It's available at your local library and everywhere books are sold. And if it's not, request it because you deserve to read all the books that interest you. And if you've already read through our Teep or are in the middle of reading it, let me know in the comments what you like to do to set the mood for reading because I would love to hear from you. So please leave your feedback. Did you know you can support the show by downloading and becoming a member of the Alive Podcast Network app? Well, the Books in Vogue podcast is now a part of the Alive Podcast Network. And by downloading the Alive Podcast Network app, you'll experience unlimited access to other Black hosted content and we'll be able to keep bringing you amazing content week after week. I encourage you to check out the app. And if anyone asks, tell them Cat Trinidad I sent you. Pamela, is there anything else you would like to share with the listeners?
Oh, wow. Just that support authors, support Black authors, again, whether it's through your library, through your indie booksellers, because our voices deserve to be heard. And the only way that we could keep sharing our stories is if you go out and support us.
Well, thank you again, Pamela, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
And thank you, book lovers, for listening. With peace, much love, and joy. Happy reading.
The Books and Vogue podcast. Come get your favorite next book. The Books and Vogue podcast with Catherine Brad. Subscribe, listen, check out recommendations, and happy reading.